I got radicalized by people pushing me into it, and then I got pushed. I started criticizing Israel, and everyone started being like anti-Semite, and like I'm strictly criticizing Israel killing kids, and they're AIPAC control, and they just keep pushing you, and then finally you're okay, fuck you, I'm an anti-Semite then. I'm not going to keep saying I'm an anti-Semite. I still have Jewish friends, but sure, I'm a fucking anti-Semite if you want to call me an anti-Semite. They're trying to cancel all my Nate's seminars out here. Luckily, Jitsu community tells them to fuck off, but they're getting major harassments. There might be protests tomorrow in Brooklyn at my seminar. It's like, fuck off.
Wow.
Isn't that
I'm
insane?
surprised
and I'm doing it with Nate. I don't want to bring Nate into politics. He doesn't talk politics, and he's having to get sucked in. I'm pissed off because I had to get my friend sucked in all this.
You know who really hates Jews is Jews. And New York City, New York Times. The New York Times is so anti-Israel. Columbia, which is, disproportionately Jewish. All those parents are secular Jews who kind of support Israel, but their kids fucking hate Israel.
The youth.
And their kids marry outside of their race, which is the end of your Jewish lineage forever.
Do you know the ADL was just winning against race mixing for Jews? But if you say you're against race mixing for any other races, you're labeled a white supremacist evil person. But they just said, hey, there's too much race mixing happening within Jews. It's illegal to marry outside a Jew in Israel.
Really?
Yep. One of the only countries that interracial marriage is illegal.
Well, they also have a massive non-Jewish population. Entire Muslim communities.
They're kind of separated, though.
They have Muslims in parliament.
Maybe like one. I've been there. The Muslims are kind of separated.
You went to Israel?
They're treated like trash, yeah.
Wow.
That's when I woke up about Israel when I was there.
When?
Like 10 years ago. I was like on a propaganda tour, and I could just tell it was all fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I went on one of those too.
Yeah. They try to show, look how great we are, throw you some women.
But I'm glad you did that then. I always wanted Nick to do that, Nick Fuentes.
They might kill him, though. I wouldn't go there if I was Nick.
What I learned there was the incredible variety of Jewish opinions in Israel, way more than here, actually. So you look at Haaretz and the left wing. They want the wall down. They love Palestine, free Palestine. And then you have the Orthodox. Hasidic are kind of weird. It's. I'm not going to try to sell you them, but I am going to try to sell you Orthodox Jews who support Trump. They hate these secular Jews who have hate as no home.
Atheists is the most Jews I know are atheists.
Right. Well, I don't consider you Jewish if you're atheist. That's a big.
But they do, though.
Sort of.
I think it's.
They're happy to wear keffiyehs.
They all call themselves Jews. People try to say, "Oh, you're not a Jew if you're not Judaism," but they all say they're Jews. Yeah,
sometimes when it's convenient.
Yeah, they can go back and forth.
Yeah, they can.
It's the most confusing thing ever. It seems deliberate.
I think here's my take, and I think my take is Jews are whites. They're exceptional whites. So when they do good, they do exceptional good. When they do bad, they do exceptional bad. And most of the terrible ones, like Bolsheviks and Holodomor and all that, are atheists. Karl Marx was an atheist.
Maybe
George Soros hated Jews. He hated religion. His dad was an atheist.
Yeah. First off, I'm not going to call them whites. Let's not lump them together. And
I'll go farther.
Yeah, they might be atheists.
I think most Asians are technically white. As far as here's a
they're
gauge
white.
For
they're
white.
They're white adjacent because they're plague.
I say a white is someone that you're not upset if they move next door. Now,
okay, then Asians are white.
Asians are white. Denzel Washington is white.
A Jew might sue me if he moves next door, though. They do sue.
I hooked you up with a great Jew. I won't say his name.
I've been talking to him.
Let's say John.
No, I like him. Super cool guy. No, I have Jewish
He
friends.
hates Israel.
People don't think I do. As a whole, though, most people in Israel, I think it's like 80% want full ethnic cleansing. So when people will be like, oh, it's Netanyahu, like, no, it's most of Israeli society.
Well,
are you on some of those Telegram channels? I'm going to send you those if not, bro. You got to see what's going on out there.
I hate Telegram.
It is evil,
ruined,
bro. It is pure evil.
It almost destroys
it's pure evil what's going on out there.
The thing about Israel is it's been 50 years of Bloods versus Crips. And
mostly just been Jews killing Palestinians, but...
And the Bloods have just had enough. And they're like, let's fucking do it. But that's another thing I want to say. You know how many Israelis are mad at their government and their people for October 7th?
Yeah, because they let it happen. Hey guys, I'm demonetized everywhere. So if you want to support me and the podcast, go to fightbackpodcast.com and you can buy some cool merch, like the shirt I'm wearing now. As many of you guys know, I run a free speech podcast. That comes as a price. It's being demonetized everywhere. So one way to support the podcast is to buy your books from AntelopeHillPublishing.com. McInnes.com. Today's selection is the Trans-Industrial Complex. This book covers the money-making machine of the trans industries and shows it's not to help people, but to make money and get rich. So again, if you want to support the podcast, go to AntelopeHillPublishing.com and be sure to use promo code FIGHTBACK. That'll save you money and support me. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not a weird theory that they let October 7th
Look who they
happen.
put there. They put hippies that are anti-war, the ones that want to free Palestine. They put them right on the border. Could you imagine being high on acid and all of a sudden Hamas is coming at you, or high on ecstasy, or you're all high on Molly tripping, and then all of a sudden Hamas is kidnapping
I
you?
thought I was just having a bad trip, and then woman's head
realized
came
I'm
off.
kidnapped by Hamas.
Hallucinations don't usually include rape.
Yeah, none of the prisoners, no one got raped there. That was all fake.
It says who, dude?
Okay, first off, every single person that was kidnapped said absolutely they weren't raped. There's no DNA evidence. These guys just lie about everything.
But both sides lie. It's a war.
Both sides lie, but there was zero evidence of any rapes found. They say something, they repeat it, just like the 40 beheaded babies. You know that's fake, right?
No, I don't believe that.
Yeah, they say things and they just repeat it over. They're propaganda experts.
No, there was tons of rapes. There's tons of murdered babies on October 7th. Jewish babies being murdered.
There was 2 babies murdered, which is absolutely terrible and disgusting. The murdered babies is absolutely horrific, and I condemn it and if possible. But two babies were killed, and they weren't beheaded.
It says who?
The official reports. You can pull it up right now. Like Ask Grok or ChatGPT. They have like the figures. And it's terrible that 2 babies died.
Look at war, like the Holocaust. This is probably not a great example, but the Holocaust. We didn't know this was going on until maybe 5 years after the end of the war. We won't know.
Well, then why did it take 5 years to happen?
We won't know
They about 5 years after.
Brought this up, but
you probably shouldn't have.